अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम्। ॐ सहनाववतु सहनो भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्ति। सुखं नित्यं स्वप्रकाशं व्यापकं नामरूपयोः अधिष्ठानं बुद्ध्यबोध्यं बुद्धेर्दृग्यत्तु निर्मलम् अपारं सर्ववेदान्तवेद्यं प्रत्यक्परं महः तदेवाहं न मत्तोऽन्यदिति मे निश्चितामतिः। Good summary. Your summary? No, either of you. I don't know. Who is generally supposed to have?
Today it is mine.
What was decided?
That today is
Yesterday?
Tuesday, Thursday, and Saturday will be my turn.
Okay.
But yesterday Padma did it, today I thought it was my turn.
Okay. Whoever you.
I will give.
I'm disturbing you.
Yeah, it's good to stop. Okay, so whoever you decide among yourself.
So we were seeing the 48th Avarta, where the Akshepa is raised. And regarding that, we were seeing the Tippanis. First we saw Tippani number 3. So it is said, and that Tippani is regarding Mula.
Little bit louder.
Yes, Amit. The Tippani is regarding Mula Vidyaya Saha Jagat Nasham Na Kopi Vanchati. So why this nobody desires the destruction of the world along with Mula Vidya, fundamental ignorance, that is explained with the help of example. Just as there are beggars, just as it is not seen that since there are beggars, therefore people do not put the cooking vessels on the for cooking.
See, that is the avarta is okay, but exactly it is not the active voice.
Yes. Just as it is not seen that since beggars are there, therefore cooking vessels are not
Put on the fire.
Put on the fire. And since yukaha santi, since the insects which go in the dress are there, therefore dresses are not worn. And since animals and the locusts which eat away the grains are there, therefore the rice is not sown. Similarly, the thinking person does not desire the destruction of the world out of fear of threefold afflictions, but he only desires the negation or the destruction of threefold afflictions. In this manner, this is the doubt of the students of Sankhya Mata or the followers of Sankhya Mata. Then in the next Tippani, the Adhyatmikam is explained. So it is said, Adhyatmam is Sthula Sukshma Sharira, which is present related to the self. And the dukkhadi means the sorrow, the pain, etc., which is born of that adhyatmam, is called adhyatmikam. Then in the fifth tippani, adi bhautikam is explained. It is said that which is different from the body mind sense complex of one's own, and which is objectifiable by the organ such as I, that is adhibhutam, and the sorrow, misery, etc., born of that adhibhutam is adhibhautikam. Then in the sixth tippani, adhidaivikam is explained. It is said that which is different from one's own body mind sense complex, and which is not objectifiable by the organ such as I, that is adhidaivam, and the dukkhadi which are born of that adhidaivam are adhidaivikam. Then in the 40th avarta, एतत् त्रिविध दुःख निवृत्तिः एव सर्वैः प्रार्थ्यते. So by all, the nivrittihi means the negation of the dukkha, the sorrow, which is of three types, means threefold afflictions, alone is desired. Na dukkhad anyasya kasyachit api nivrittihi vivekibhihi prarthyate. And by anyone, by the thinking person, the destruction of anything except or other than dukkha is not desired. Tasmad mula vidya sahita jagan nivruttau na kasyapi ichha jayate. Therefore, for anyone, the desire with regard to the destruction of the world along with fundamental ignorance is not born. Iti akshepaha.
What you have, can you do?
So now in the 41st avarta, the Purvapakshi suspects answer which can be given by Siddhanti for the first Akshepa and answers that possible answer given by the Siddhanti, and the Purvapakshi says that Nacha Vachyam, this following thing should not be said by the Siddhanti. And what is that? Sarvesham Nishesha Sakala Dukkha Nibarhana Icha Vidyate. For all, there is a desire for the removal of entire dukkha without any remainder. And samulajnana jagan nivrittim antara na nishesha dukkhochhedah sambhavati. And the removal of the dukkha without any remainder is not possible without the removal of the world along with its cause, fundamental ignorance. Iti atah. Since this is so, therefore, nishesha dukkha nivrutyanyathanupapatya samulajnana jagan nivrittihi arthat akshipyate. Therefore, the removal, therefore, by way of otherwise untenability of the removal of the entire dukkha, the removal of the world along with its cause, fundamental ignorance, is arthat akshipyate, is attained by arthapatti pramana. And I tried to put it in the Arthapatti format.
I was about to ask, but then I thought it will be a distraction. Therefore, I congratulate myself. I was about to ask, how will you put? But then I said, you have a flow, then it will be distracted. Good. Please tell.
निशेष दुख समूला जगन निवृत्तिम विना अनुपपद्यमाना अनुपपद्यमाना निशेष दुख निवृत्तिः समूला जगन निवृत्तिम कल्पयति. Nacha Vakyam, this kind of doubt should not be raised by Siddhanti. And why? Now the answer is given by the Purva Pakshi. Artanam Dhanvantaryadi Krutayurvedoktam Dhanvantaryadi Krutayurvedokta Bhaishajya Sevana ज्वरादि रोग हेतुक दुख क्षय दर्शनात्. So the Purva Pakshi wants to suggest that even without Jagan Nivritti, this Dukkha Nivritti can happen. And first he shows that this Adhyatmika Dukkha Nivritti can happen without removal of the world, and then he suggests that even Adi Bhautika and Adi Daivika Dukkha Nivritti, no, Adi Daivika and Adi Bhautika Dukkha Nivritti can happen without removal of the world. Here it is said, because of the observation of removal of dukkha, for which the cause is disease in the form of fever, and for whom this dukkha is removed, Artanam, for the people who are afflicted. And how is this dukkha removed? By the consumption of the medicine as told by Ayurveda, which is formulated by Dhanvantari, Sushruta, etc.
Formulated. Can we get formulated or composed? Yeah. But it's generally how, where do we use the word formulated? Like formula, that is called formulated, no? Isn't it? NaOH plus HCl, that is equal to this. That is called formulated, no? I mean, that is my understanding. Is it so?
Yes, maybe some ways I have to see.
Formulated, generally,
just put together and forming out of it.
But it might be true. You came to your mind, so it might be there. So
I think compose is a better word.
Because your mathematics का formula बहुत आता है. Okay.
Ayurveda, which is composed by Dhanvantari, Sushruta, etc. So without removal or without the destruction of the world, the Adhyatmika Dvaradi Roga Kruta Dukkham can be removed. And then Bhojanena Shuddhanya Dukkha Nivrittehe Sarvanubhava Siddhatva Cha. And because it is established by the experience of all that by consumption of by eating there is removal of the pain or affliction caused by hunger. So because of and this tvat, the hetumat is nacha vachyam. And now the Purvapaksh suggests that this can be extended even to Adi Bhautika and Adi Daivika Dukkha Nivritti. Ithameva tattat pratikareena tattat dukkha nivritti sambhave samula jnana jagan nivrittim antarena api dukkha nivrittehe sambhavitatvat. Ithameva, in the same manner alone, by the removal of that dukkha hetu, means the first tat can refer to this sarpadi adi bhautika dukkha hetu, and And second that can refer to this uh, grahadi adi daivika dukkha hetu.
Second
Grahadi
and which second you mean?
tat pratikarena. So,
in tat first and second or after that?
No, in the first word tat pratikarena, the first tat and second tat.
So first tat is bhautika.
Adi bhautika and second tat.
I thought you had said tat dukkha nivritti.
So by the removal of those dukkha causing factors, tat dukkha nivritti sambhave, when there is possibility of removal of those dukkhas, adi bhautika and adi daivika dukkhas. So when that is there, then even without the removal of the world along with the fundamental ignorance, there is possibility of the removal of dukkha. And since this is so, therefore, न अपेक्षते दुःख निवृत्त्यर्थम समूला ज्ञान जगन निवृत्तिः. Therefore, the removal of the world along with fundamental ignorance is not expected for the purpose of removal of dukkha. And tasmat, since this is so, means since for the removal of dukkha, samula jnana jagan nivritti is not expected.
Therefore,
I think I've also
you can
add to one more thing that
and by respective measures, remedies, the dukkha's can be removed.
therefore मोक्ष लक्षण घटक समूला ज्ञान जगन निवृत्ति रूपे विशेषणांशे न कस्य अपि इच्छा जायेत. Therefore, in the adjective part, which is in the form of removal of the world along with fundamental ignorance, which is a part of this definition of moksha, with regard to that, for anyone, the desire would not be born. And so the Purvapaksha suggested two akshepas. The first is nobody desires Jagan Nivritti, rather everybody desires for Dukkha Nivritti alone. And the second is even without Jagan Nivritti, Dukkha Nivritti can happen. And therefore the moksha definition, in which the first part is avidya tatkarya nivritti, that is not proper. And also in this no one will have desire for that kind of moksha, and thus the mumukshita will not be one of the anubandha chatushtayam, means will not
sadhana chatushtaya.
yes.
Job kar diya.
So mumukshita will not be one of the sadhana chatushtayam, and thus the kind of adhikari you are describing is not possible, and hence there is a problem in the anubandha chatushtayam you have given, and therefore this grantha should not be begun.
So here we are seeing adhikari vishayaka akshepa, the objection regarding the qualified person. And here the objection regarding adhikari is in the field of sadhana chatushtaya sampatti. And in sadhana chatushtaya sampatti also there is objection regarding mumuksha. And in that mumuksha also there is objection regarding the object of desire. Moksha as an object of desire. And in that also there is objection regarding the Visheshana Amsha of moksha. So Visheshana Amsha of the moksha, which is supposed to be the object of desire, which makes the person mumukshu and thereby qualified, and because of which the adhikari will be possible, anubandha will be possible, grantharambha will be possible. That part is objected. Is it clear? So it's a very like a, what is called, we have zoomed in or we have focused on a very specific area. Alright. So two akshepas were given. One is that everybody wants tapatraya nivrutti and not jagan nivrutti. That was first thing. When you ask anybody what is your problem, or even a person who is into Vedanta, he said, why I am in Vedanta? Because I have some problem. I have some gross or subtle, some problem, some discomfort, some pain, some suffering. Nobody said the Dvaita is there, no, the Jagat is there. Then people don't say the problem is there. So first Akshepa was that I wish Dukkha Nivrutti and not Jagat Nivrutti. Whereas your definition of moksha, which is supposed to be the object of desire, in that moksha which you have defined, the first part, Visheshana part, is Samula Gnana Sahit, Samula Gnana Jagat Nivrutti. That is not correct. And this Dukkha Nivrutti, which is sought after by people, that Dukkha Nivrutti can be done, or Dukkha Nivrutti is possible even without Jagat Nivrutti. So don't say that yes, Dukkha Nivrutti is wanted. Is it acceptable? Siddhanti may ask, Dukkha Nivrutti is acceptable as a moksha? Yes. Purvapakshi also will say, moksha includes Dukkha Nivrutti. The problem is that Dukkha Nivrutti aspect of moksha, why are you presenting as Jagat Nivrutti? Simply say Dukkha Nivrutti. So, Siddhanti will say that perhaps that Dukkha Nivrutti, do you want to be an aspect of moksha? Purvapakshi will say yes. But this Dukkha Nivrutti is not possible without Jagat Nivrutti. That type of thing Siddhanti may say. For that, Purvapakshi says that is not correct. We are seeing that Dukkha Nivrutti does happen without Jagat Nivrutti. If the Dukkha Nivrutti will happen when Jagat is some aspect of the world is there, so Dukkha Nivrutti takes place by various remedies. Therefore, we cannot insist that Jagat Nivrutti has to happen. So both the arguments are connected. So he wants to say that Jagat Nivrutti is not the object of desire. Dukkha Nivrutti is the object of desire. And that Dukkha Nivrutti doesn't need Jagat Nivrutti. Therefore, Jagat Nivrutti aspect of moksha nobody wants. And it is not required for attaining Dukkha Nivrutti. Therefore, nobody will have this desire for the moksha you are describing. Therefore, in your Siddhanta, even mumuksha will not be possible. So, adhikaritva will not be possible, anubandha will not be possible, grantharambha will not be possible. So now, so far, Visheshana Amsha was objected. Now, Visheshya Amsha is being objected. This is Moksha Lakshana Ghataka Vishesh Asa Sukha Prapti Vishayaka Akshepa. Moksha can be simply said as Dukkha Nivrutti Purvaka Sukha Prapti Moksha. Now, in Sukha Prapti, you are presenting as not Sukha Prapti. बड़ा जोर जोर से थोड़ा ornamented करके बोलते हैं ब्रह्म प्राप्ति. If you had said Sukha Prapti, it would not be a problem. But you are presenting moksha as what? Jagan Nivrutti Upalakshita Brahma Prapti. The Jagan Nivrutti aspect we have discussed. Visheshana Amsha we have discussed. Now Visheshya Amsha also is not possible. Visheshya Amsha of the moksha also cannot be the object of desire. So he is dismissing what? Mumuksha. And in Mumuksha, how is it dismissing? By dismissing the Visheshana aspect of moksha, which is supposed to be the object of desire, it did that. Now, Visheshya Amsha of moksha, which is supposed to be the object of desire, that is dismissing. Is it clear? Where we are in? Okay. So that is said here, Sukha Prapti Vishayaka Akshepaha. The objection regarding the attainment of happiness as presented by Siddhanti. So, objection regarding the Sukha Prapti aspect of moksha as presented by Siddhanti. How Siddhanti has presented Sukha Prapti? As Brahma Prapti. So, really speaking, Sukha Prapti Vishaya Akshepa means what? This Brahma Prapti Rupa Sukha Prapti Vishaya Akshepa. Is it clear? So, that is explained. Moksha Lakshana Ghataka Visheshyam se Brahmavapti Rupe api na kasyapi ichcha jayate. With regard to Visheshyamsha, substantive part, which is a part, what is called? Substantive aspect, which is a part of the definition of moksha. Moksha, Lakshana, Ghataka, Visheshya, Amshe. With regard to the substantive aspect, which is a part of the definition of moksha. And what is that? Brahma Vapti Rupe. Where Visheshya Amsha is in the form of the attainment of Brahma. With regard to that Brahma Avapti Rupa Visheshya Amsha, with regard to that api also, na kasya api ichcha jayeta. Anybody would not have the desire for that. Anybody would not have desire with regard to that. Kasya api, for anyone. Ichcha na jayeta. Desire will not be born. For anyone, the desire with regard to the attainment of Brahma, which is the Visheshya Amsha of the definition of Brahma, the definition of moksha, is not possible, will not be born. How? Tathahi. Explanation follows. It is like this. Tathahi means this. Yadeva vastu prag anubhutam tajjatiya vastvantarasya eva sukha sadhanatvena sampraptau ichcha sarvesham jayeta. He is giving the general rule. Yadeva vastu, whatever thing prag anubhutam was experienced earlier, like ice cream, music, prag anubhutam was experienced earlier. Tajjatiya vastvantarasya eva, of another thing which is similar to that. Sukha sadhanatvena, being the means for happiness. Sampraptau. Sampraptau should be connected with vastvantarasya eva. For the attainment of that other thing which is of the same category, ichcha, desire, sarvesham jayeta, would be born for everyone. Let us understand in simple words. I experienced ice cream and it was a happy experience. I liked it. I felt happy. Now I will have desire for another thing which is of the same category. See, I cannot have desire for the same ice cream. The same ice cream is already inside me. How can I have desire for that? वो तो चला गया ना. वो तो अगर आपको देंगे तो भी नहीं देंगे. वही ice cream. So we have the desire for similar thing, which is having the same category. You may say that last time I had vanilla, this time I can have other variety. Same vanilla. But it is of the same category. It is not the same ice cream. Therefore he says, Tajjatiya vastvantarasya. Vastvantarasya eva samprapto ichcha. Means I will have desire to attain the same similar objects. Why? Sukha sadhanatve. Because of that object being the means for happiness. At least that was my conclusion. I had ice cream and it was found to be an object of happiness, the means for happiness. Therefore, I will have desire for similar things. Vastvantarasya sampraptau ichha sarvesham jayate. Okay. Means whatever object was seen as the means for happiness, for similar object there will be desire. Okay. Na ananubhuta sampraptau. We have to supply what? Ichha jayeta. With regard to the attainment of unexperienced object, desire is not born. Some similarity should be there with what I have experienced. Totally unexperienced object, for that we don't have desire. If you have not heard about this some place Disneyland, then you will not have desire for that. I did not hear. In fact, I must have heard at the age of 20 or something. There is something called Disneyland in the US. What is other? Grand Canyon, na? Grand Canyon. Huh? So I did not. Recently only I came to know. I never had in my to-do or wish list. It was not that. What they call bucket list. So in that it was not that bucket list of for dying time. Dying time. No? So you know that, no? Bucket list, have you heard? There is bucket list is some concept that when somebody is dying, then what all wish is that there is some organization which tries to fulfill. So if somebody has cancer and dying, so he wants to meet the president. So this organization will try to organize that. Some player, or I want to become the mayor of this town for one day. That also is organized. Somebody had that desire. So they really organized. That fellow really sat on the chair. So that bucket list is called bucket list. So it is not, it was not that. When we have heard something like that, or some idea is there, then we can have desire. Ananubhute, this vichana jayata. Janati ichhati karoti. That is the principle. So, yadi na janati tari na ichhati. Okay. Then he gives the example. Yatha deshantareshu vidyamaneshu अत्यद्भुतेषु अत्यद्भुतेषु भूतेषु अपि अनिर्ज्ञातेषु पदार्थेषु तत्प्राप्तिच्छा न कस्यापि जायते एव. यथा, just as देशांतरेषु, in other countries, विद्यमानेषु, they are existent. There are objects, padartheshu, the objects which are existent in other countries. In New Zealand and small countries, there are beautiful islands and all. So, vidyamaneshu, atyadbhuteshu is they are very wonderful things. But anirgnateshu, even though they are existent and they are wonderful, but unknown. Anirgnateshu padartheshu. So, with regard to the objects which are, even though existent in other countries and they are wonderful, but if they are unknown, then tat prapticha, the desire for the attainment of those objects, tat refers to padartha. Those desire for such objects, na kasyapi jayate eva. The desire for the attainment of that object is not born to anyone. Means some experience is there, then only desire will be there. Tadvadeva, similarly alone, just like that. Atrapi mumukshoho adhikariणः प्राक् न brahma vishayaka jnanam asti. Atrapi means in this context, in the context of mumuksha. Mumukshoho, for a mumukshu, who is supposed to be adhikari, the qualified person, Brahma Vishayaka Dhanam, the knowledge about Brahman, Prak, before, na asti, is not there. This person, when he comes to the teacher, he doesn't have Brahma Dhanam. And therefore he will not have desire for Brahman. If you know Brahman, you will have desire for Brahman. You do not know Brahman, therefore you cannot have desire for Brahman. And yasya tu brahmagnanam asti, you say, no, he has got brahmagnana. Suppose you say, Purupakshi is telling Siddhanta, no, he has got brahmagnana. Yasya tu brahmagnanam asti, sa na adhikari. One who has got brahmagnana is not adhikari, is not a qualified. Tasya muktatva. He is already free, overqualified. That's why I had told you, in one of the courses, the first course somebody had applied. And he said, I already have got brahmagnana. Then he said, people are not taking me seriously when I talk. Therefore, I want to do the course. So we had told them, I'm sorry, you are overqualified. Because we are supposed to give knowledge in the course who do not know Brahma. He said, no, I think I already have got Jnana. Then we said that. And afterwards he came, second course, he said, second course, no, I think I don't have Brahma, whatever. So that type of thing happens. So here, tasya muktatva. Tasya means what? Brahmagnaninaha. Yasya brahmagnanam asti, tasya muktatva. Who has got brahmagnani is already free. That he cannot be called adhikari. So married person is not candidate for marriage. I mean, in Indian system, other system are qualified. But generally, married is means what you are disqualified. Roko. There is a function called Roko. This is amazing function. The function name is Roko. It is something like engagement. And it is called Roko means stop seeing alliance. That's called Roko. The name of the function, that particular ceremony is called Roko. I like the name. Roko means stop. In North India, it is very popular. You have not heard this name? It's called Roko. It's something similar to engagement. One of the students, her son, when he getting engaged, it's a Roko function. Recently, also one big industrialist son, his function is a Roko. The name of the function is Roko. Roko means stop. And also it is made public so that people also will not again try. Otherwise, this fellow is okay, let me have second try. So that is publicly declared. There is a Roko. He has already done Roko function. Okay. So yasya brahmagnanam asti, tasya muktatva. One who has got brahmagnanam is free. Therefore, he is not a qualified person. Muktasya cha mumukshanupapattehe. And for a person who is free, there is untenability of desire for moksha. Therefore, what? Adhikara bhavaha. There is absence of qualification. Therefore, in Anumanam, we say that one requirement for Anumanam is Sishadaisha. The desire to establish the Sadhyam should be there. Then only Anumanam is possible. Otherwise, why Anumanam? I already know it. So Sisha, Daisha, Viraha is one of the obstacles in Anumana. Alright, so similarly here, the Muktasya cha Mumukshanupapatte Adhikara Bhava. There is absence of qualification for absence of qualification because of untenability or impossibility of Mumuksha for Mukta Purusha. So what is said? A person who has got Brahmadhanam, he is Mukta. Since he is Mukta, he is free, therefore he cannot have desire for freedom. And Mumuksha is one of the qualifications, and therefore Mukta person is unqualified. Adhikara Bhava. We may think, oh my God, Mukta person is disqualified. But disqualification is greatness. So Adhikara Bhava. Absence of Adhikara for Brahmajnana. Ataha. Therefore, Vedanta Shramana Purvam अनिर्ज्ञातस्य ब्रह्मणः अवाप्ति इच्छा कस्यापि न उन्मिषति एव. Therefore means because of the above mentioned reason, means Brahmajnanam is there, then he is a mukta and therefore he does not have mumuksha, therefore adhikara is not there. And without knowing this, ichha cannot be there. Therefore, Vedanta Shramana, before listening to Vedanta, Purvam earlier, as a Purvam is before listening to Vedanta, Anirpatasya Brahmana. For Brahman which is not known, avapti icha. Avapti icha is one word. The desire for the attainment, kasyapi, for anyone, na unmishati, does not arise, eva, at all. So for anyone, the desire for the attainment of Brahma, which is not known before Vedanta Shravanam, does not arise at all. Is it clear? In simple words, a person doesn't know Brahman, therefore he is coming to Vedanta Shravanam. And if he doesn't know Brahman, how can he have desire for Brahman? That's what Purva Pakshi thinks. We will give them answer. So his contention is that adhikari, this sadhana chatushtaya sampatti for what? For effective shravanadi. And shravanadi is for what? Brahmajnana. It means before shravanadi, Brahmajnanam is not there. And therefore, this qualification mumuksha, which is there before shravanadi, in that stage, Brahmajnanam being not there, the desire for Brahman cannot be there. So before Shravana, Brahmajnanam is not there, therefore Brahmajnana, Brahma Icha will not be there. So how can you say that Adhikari has got the desire for attainment of Brahman? If he has known Brahman, he will have desire for Brahman. If he knows Brahman, he doesn't require this mumuksha. Mumuksha is not possible. Thus, this person who is supposed to be sadhana chatushtaya sampanna, he has not done shravanam, therefore he doesn't have the knowledge of Brahman, therefore he doesn't have desire for Brahman. So he does not have desire for Brahma avapti. And therefore what? Itam. In this manner, samula gnana jagannivrutyatmake tadupalakshita brahma avapti rupecha mokshe na jayeta eva ichha kasyachid. In this paragraph, the Visheshya Amsha, the avapti of Brahman, that cannot become the object of desire. Mumuksha is equal to desire for moksha. And desire for moksha is equal to the Visheshanamsha Icha and Visheshyamsha Icha. Visheshanamsha is what? Samulagdana Jagan Nivrutti Icha. So Mumuksha means Samulagdana Jagan Nivrutti Icha. And Mumuksha also includes the Brahma Vapti Icha. But that is what moksha is. Mumuksha is equal to moksha icha, and moksha icha is equal to these two desires. And Samula Gnana Jagan Nivrutti Icha is not there. That was presented in 41st. And Brahma Vapti Icha also will not be there. So Visheshya Amsha of moksha also is not desired by anyone. Cannot be desired by any adhikari. Therefore what? Nobody can have mumuksha. Because to have mumuksha is equal to having the desire for these two aspects. And both the aspects cannot be the object of desire. That is what is said here. Itham samula gnana jagan nivrutyatmake and tadupalakshita brahma vapti rupecha mokshe na jayeta eva icha kasyachidapi. Kasyachidapi means for anyone, icha, the desire, na jayeta eva. For anyone, desire is not born at all. Regarding what? Moksha. Regarding freedom. What type of freedom? Samula gnana jagannivrutyatmaka moksha. Moksha in the form of atmaka means in the form of or consisting of the removal, nivrutti of jagat along with primal ignorance. So with regard to jagannivrutyatmaka moksha, icha is not possible as discussed in 40 and 41st. And tadupalakshita brahma vapti rupe moksha api icha na jayata. With regard to the moksha in the form of rupe, in the form of the attainment of Brahma, which is indicated by Jagan Nivrutti. That refers to Jagan Nivrutti. So Visheshanamshe, mokshasya Visheshanamshe kasyachid icha na jayata. विशेष्य अंशे अपि कस्यचित् इच्छा न जायते. Means what? Mokshe कस्यचित् अपि इच्छा न जायते. Because moksha has got only two. Visheshanamsha, Visheshyamsha. Visheshanamsha cannot be Ichha Vishaya. Visheshyamsha cannot be object of Ichha. Therefore what? Tasmat. Therefore mumuksha is not there. Tasmat adhikari mumukshu na kaha api siddhyati. Therefore, qualified desirer of moksha, kopi, anyone, na siddhyati is not established. Means anyone is not established as qualified seeker of freedom. Anyone is not established as qualified seeker of freedom. कोई मुमुक्षु है ही नहीं. Nobody is मुमुक्षु. In fact, that is the what is called lamentation of some people. बोले कि किसी को मोक्षा इच्छा ही नहीं है तो किसको मोक्ष की बात करें. तो ये पूर्व पक्षी भी यही कहते हैं किसी को मोक्ष की इच्छा हो ही नहीं सकती. It is not that not there. He said nobody can have this desire. Now that is not enough. So he said one more way I will establish adhikarya bhava. Adhikarya bhavam prakarantarena pratipadayati. Kaha purva pakshi. Purva pakshi presents adhikarya bhavam, absence of qualified person, prakarantarena, by other method. By other method means what? One method was already established. What? That mumukshu or mumukshuta rupa adhikara, mumuksha rupa sadhana is not there. Therefore adhikari is not there. If mumuksha is there, then only adhikari can be established. Mumuksha itself is not there. Therefore adhikari is not there. That was one prakara. Now another way also adhikari cannot be established. Means there is absence of adhikari for moksha which you are talking about. Moksha which we may talk about, people may be interested. We will say moksha means going to Vaikuntha and you can enjoy the beauty of Bhagavan. All the time seeing the beauty of Bhagavan. And this beauty is, it is unmatched beauty. And all this I described. This is wonderful. And in that you don't have hunger, there is no mosquitoes, there is no income tax return, all this. But nice, how nice it is. Especially 31st March, you tell the people, that I want. Because the income tax return, some people have a very problem. Adhikari is that, for that type of moksha, adhikari is there. For the type of moksha you are talking about, even your son will not listen to you. So who will listen to you? Like one person contested the election, he got only one vote. His wife also did not vote. So, ऐसा होगा. Alright, so that is said here. Sarvaha api vishaya sukhameva vanchati. Everyone desires only the objective happiness. Happiness born of objects. This is a big, what is called, obsession. Even this, after coming to Vedanta, still person will be thinking of Brahman as some extraordinary entity and I will get that Brahman. So, I want to enjoy Brahman. Their argument is that I don't want to be a sugar crystal, I want to enjoy sugar crystal. Why should I become Ananda Swarupa Brahma? तो मुझे लोग enjoy करेंगे ना. I don't want. I want to enjoy. If I am Ananda Swarupa, all will enjoy me. What is the use? I want to enjoy. So, sarva api vishaya sukhameva vanchati. Tapasvinha api. Even the ascetics. पारलौकिक भोगाभिलाषेण एव ऐहिकान् भोगान् परित्यज्य अनेक विध क्लेशान् सहन्ते. Very beautifully says. Even the ascetics who are doing tapas penance, paralaukika bhogabilashena eva, with the desire of the enjoyment of other world alone. Ehikan bhogan parityajya, having given up the bhogas, the enjoyments of this world. Ehikan means belonging to this world. Aneka vida kleshan, many types of affliction. Sahante, they put up with, they bear, they go through. So people do tapas, they standing on one foot, etc. We ask them, what do you want? I want to go to Vaikuntha. I will do upavasa, I will do jagaranam. What? I will go to this loka. If I do this, then I will get the Gandharva loka. If I do this, I will go to this Devaloka. And they'll be doing meditation, etc. For what? This Paralaukika Bhoga. For enjoyment of the objects of other world. Here local things don't appeal. Already experience nothing. Maja nahi aa raha. So go elsewhere. Like people go India, I don't think let us go abroad. Earlier, Tirtha Yatra means what? Trip means all India only somewhere. Either you go to Mahabaleshwar, Uti, etc. That was our budget. Now people say trip means what? I am going to Thailand, I am going to Switzerland, I am going to European countries, all this. So extended. And now our person, multi-billionaire, that L, some
Elon Musk.
huh?
Elon Musk.
Elon Musk. He is giving the dream you can go to Mars also. You know, he has started. आपको मैं मंगल ले जाऊंगा. मंगल में थोड़ा ऑक्सीजन बैठ के आप घूमना. क्योंकि वो है ही नहीं. So the people are, I think some people must have given, they've invested, and already has a space travel booked that you also can, even though you are not a astronaut, still you can be trained and you can have space travel. I think one person went also commercial space travel. So people want, because locally everything see. So पारलौकिक भोगाभिलाषेण एव ऐहिकान् भोगान् परित्यज्य अनेकविध क्लेशान् सहन्ते तथा च. And thus ऐहिकेभ्यः वा आमुष्मिकेभ्यः वा विषयसुखेभ्यः एव सर्वे स्पृहयन्ति. All are craving for. Sarve means all are craving for what? Vishayasukebhyaha eva. For the objective happiness born of objects. Only variety is what? Ehikebhyaha, belonging to this world, or amushpikebhyaha, belonging to the other world. All people crave for the happiness from the objects belonging to this world or belonging to the other world. And somebody said, but in moksha also you will have happiness. Then he said, na evam idam asti vishaya sukham mokshe. Idam, na evam idam asti vishaya sukham. This vishaya sukham in this manner is not there in moksha. The way you enjoy the objects of this world and objects of other worlds and the happiness which you get, that is not there in moksha. Why? In moksha there is Advaita. Advaita means what? The Bhoktru Bhogya Dvaita is not there. All Vishayas are Mithya, Vishayas are Nivrutta. And therefore what? Vishaya Sukham is not there in moksha. Tataha, therefore, Kaha api na moksha sadhanam ichche. Therefore, nobody would desire the means for moksha. Because sadhyecha eva sadhanam ichcha upasankramati. The sadhana ichcha will take the person to sadhyecha will take the person to sadhana ichcha. If I want to go to some place, then I will have desire for the means for going to that place. How to go? How to get the ticket? When sadhya ichcha is not there, sadhana ichcha will not be there. So, the argument is, everybody wants Vishaya Sukha. Vishaya Sukha is not there in moksha. Therefore, nobody has desire for moksha. Therefore, nobody will have desire for the means for moksha. That is the idea conveyed so far. And tataha cha mokshecha rupa mumuksha na kasyapi siddhe. And therefore, mumuksha, the desire for moksha, which is in the form of desire for moksha, which is in the form of wish for moksha, something we have to tell differently. Wish for freedom, let me say. Therefore, mumuksha in the form of wish, craving, seeking, and so many words we can seeking for freedom, na kasyapi siddhe, would not be established for anyone. So, mumuksha will not be there, moksha sadhanicha will not be there. Kincha. So, mumuksha will not be there for anyone in general. And moreover, this is one more way how adhikari is not there. So, mumuksha will not be there. Why? Because everybody wants Vishaya Sukha, and Vishaya Sukha is not there in moksha. Therefore, nobody will have desire for moksha. Is it clear? Kincha, moreover, Brahmadi stambantasya lokasya Vishaya Sukha Pasha Paravashīkrita Chittatva Vairagyo Paramashamadamadi Sadhanam Nakasyapi Siddhe. He says, moreover, Kincha, moreover, Brahmadi stambantasya lokasya, for all people or for the world of people, starting with Brahmaji up to the stamba. This stamba means this clump of grass, the very smallest this living being. For them, what is the situation? Vishaya Sukha Asha Pasha Paravashi Krita Chittatva. The entire world of people, a world of living beings, is endowed with the chitta, the mind, which is Vashikrita, which is controlled by, which is bound by Pasha, the noose of what? Asha, Asha Pasha. So the noose of expectations, desire of what? Vishaya Sukha, the happiness from the objects. Since all the people are having the mind controlled by, enslaved to, or enslaved by the noose of the craving for the happiness from the objects. It's a poetic expression. What does it mean? Everybody has got the craving for Vishaya Sukha. Everybody is enslaved by the desire for Vishaya Sukha. And therefore what? Vairagya will not be there. Everybody wants to enjoy something. Therefore, Vairagya, dispassion for the bhoga will not be possible. वो थोड़ा दिखाएंगे कि अंदर से तो भोग चलता रहेगा. So Vairagya will not be there. Uparama will not be there. Uparama means what? Renunciation of karma. That will not be there because bhogecha is there, karma has to happen. So Uparama will not be there. Shama will not be there because Asha Pasha is there. Desire doesn't allow you to remain quiet. Shama will not be there. Dhamma will not be there because desires are there, so sense organs will be running after the objects. Adi Titiksha will not be there because he wants comfort. Samadhanam will not be there. And why should he have Shraddha also? He is interested in Vishaya Bhoga. Na kasyapi siddhe. So all these sadhanas also will not be established for anyone. Tasmat, therefore, sadhana chatushtaya sampannasya adhikarinah abhavad vifalah ayam grantharambaha. Therefore, the adhikari, the qualified person who is supposed to be endowed with 4